Last time we imported our own code from character.py into main.py. This time around we're going to import a library that is installed within Python. So, how do we do that? Actually, this is even simpler. Suppose we wanted to import randomization. We want to introduce some RNG into our code. Well, all we do is import random. The random library is something that exists within Python when you install it. There are a ton of others. There's things for handling mathematical operations. There's things for handling system operations, database systems. There's things for handling different types of external file, like text files, or even like RTF, rich text files, which is a more stripped down Word document type of thing. There are a ton of these. You can look them up on various websites, but there's a resource that shows you all kinds of different things that you have access to, things that are both installed by default in Python and things that you can access elsewhere. In fact, let's see if I can find it really quickly. I believe it's just called PyPy, PYPI, or something like that. Let me double check. Yes, here it is, PyPy, pypi.org. This is the Python package index. It gives you can use this tool to search for whatever you want, and you can find what tools you have access to, and you can install them, or you can use them straight out of the box. This is the tool that we will use most of the time when we want to find some other resource that is not currently installed on our machines. We will not be using it in this class, but keep this in your mind, because this is going to be extremely important when you get into more full-scale, full-stack development. But for our purposes, we're just going to close this, and we're going to look at random, and we're going to use random. So, firstly, let's come down to our inventory here, and we're going to say random dot, and we hit dot, and it gives us things to use here. Let's look for what we want. We'll say random.randRange, and this has two required variables. We're going to give it a start and a stop. We can also give it a step, but we're not going to worry about that. So we're going to say for each of these, we want to call random.randRange, and we want to say that these are anywhere from 1 to 20. So let's copy paste this onto each of these. Random, randRange. Now, why are we repeating this here? Because each of these we want to get their own RNG role. Random.randRange, there we go. If we were to only write this once, if we were to create a variable called like RNG or something like that, then we would get one role that we would then put into all of these, and it'd be exactly the same for each one. We don't want that. So, now we're going to make a random call for our HP values. So, we're only going to do that down here with our Tiefling Fiera. We're going to say that this... we'll say that characters in our game have a base health of 100 plus 5 times a d20 roll. So what that's going to look like is we say random.randRange, and we're going to say it's going to be 120 we're going to wrap all this in parentheses, we're going to say 5 times this plus 100. So a base value of 100, and then we add to that 5 times this dice roll here. We'll save, and now let's run this and see what happens. Okay, so looking at Fiera here, species Tiefling has 160, 13, 4, 4, 16, 9, 16. Let's run it again, because I want to see if this includes 1 and 20 in the roll. I'm thinking it doesn't. It does include 1, because there's the 1. $19, a couple of 19s this time. Does not appear that rand range includes the upper bound. Well, we know how to fix that. We can say 1 to 21, and we will do just that. We'll do that down here. Quick, simple fix. Now we can get 20s out of this. There is, I believe, a function within the random library that does include its upper bound, but randint is not that function. So, give us a 20. Come on, give us a 20. That 20 does not count because that is a... Did I not save it? Because that actually was an 18 initially. There we go. There's that 20 we were looking for on eye drops. So, there we go. That's how we can take advantage of external libraries. There are thousands of them. And there are thousands of them for each and every language. I know JavaScript has something like 36,000, or at least that's what it was the last time I looked. But it has a ridiculous amount of libraries to work with. So that's going to do it for using the import command. When we come back, we're going to talk about linting, error checking, and some other niceties that are going to improve the quality of our code. So, stay tuned for that.